Hello everyone and welcome back guys to a brand new video where today we're here back with the penultimate round of the F1 2021 season. Yes, this weekend we head to the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix here from Jeddah. I must admit, really intrigued to see how this weekend will go. I've got some interesting thoughts and feelings as we head to the inaugural Saudi Arabian Grand Prix, but of course for me I think the big one is as long as the title fight hangs on to Abu Dhabi, you know, we want to head to that final race of the year with a dramatic title conclusion between Lewis Hamilton and Max Verstappen. Of course the spicy engine is back for Lewis Hamilton as well, but I'm sure Red Bull have got some tricks up their sleeve this weekend to try and help themselves, you know, maybe get the edge and maybe just try and pull level with Mercedes. But Hamilton and Mercedes are looking rather ominous at this stage of the year. So this time round we're going to be starting from the back as Lewis Hamilton, of course, seeing how high up the grid we can make it by the end of the race. Of course he needs 6th place this weekend to try and drag on the title fight into the final race of the year in the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix there, of course, or 7th place with the fastest lap if I'm not mistaken as well will still mean he has a slim, no sorry, I think it's 6th even with fastest lap to obviously keep the title fight going on even into the final race of the year there. But of course, having a look then at our starting grid for this race here today, it is Max Verstappen on pole position there ahead of our teammate Valtteri Bottas. Hopefully he can do something this weekend to try and get in the way of the Dutchman there. Sergio Perez in P3, I'm sure will be acting as a rear gunner in these final two races there. McLaren 4th and 5th, I would love to see that, but I'm not expecting that this weekend. Ferrari 6th and 7th ahead of Gasly and the two Alpines rounding out your top 10 there. Tsunoda and Sebastian Vettel on row 6, Stroll and Kimi Räikkönen on row 7, and then we've got Antonio Giovinazzi, George Russell, Nicholas Latifi, Mick Schumacher, Nikita Mazepin, and of course ourselves, Lewis Hamilton, starting at the rear of the field then. But yeah, about to go green then here for the Jeddah Grand Prix. Let me know down in the comments below your thoughts and feelings as we get into this weekend, but yeah, let's head down to the track. Right, well here we are then on the grid, ready for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix here from Jeddah. Really looking forward to this one here today. As always, we're going to go with the alternate strat, you know, keeps things interesting early on in these races there. We're going to pit lap 6 and go nice and long on the soft tyres towards the end of the GP here. But yeah, of course, I'll be honest, really excited for this weekend's action from Jeddah. You know, this has been such a titanic championship battle, and yeah, fingers crossed, obviously. Hamilton only needs P6 in the real world. Of course, that is our first aim in today's video as well, but of course, we want to try and finish on the very least on the podium here, but as high up the order as we possibly can. But here we are then on the grid, ready for the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. 5 red lights, and it is lights out, and away we go. Actually getting a really nice little getaway there, considering we're on the harder tyres as we head down towards turn 1, up the inside of a handful of cars in towards the first corner. And that was exactly what we needed to do as we head out of turn 2, around the outside of our future teammate George Russell. And yeah, we're straight up 4 places then off the start of this Grand Prix. Well, George tried to have a look at the inside there, so I had to just sort of lift off the throttle. Actually, sorry, lift off the brakes even, and get back on the throttle as we head through the S's first time round. Not too sure how the slower AI are going to handle this, so we'll try and get a nice slingshot on the exit of the corner here on Nicholas Latifi. Haven't actually got much better top-end speed than the Williams. To the outside, though, in towards the hairpin. They're going to use up all of the track width. Should be able to keep the nose around the outside. Latifi gives us room. Back in trying to break away at 150 miles an hour. But we have held on. We have now moved up into P15 then, off the start of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix there. It should theoretically, if F1 2021 is anything to go by, should be quite a Mercedes track this weekend, you know, just high top end speed. Toto Wolff has confirmed the spicy engine is back as well. It's all kicking off with just 2 rounds to go of the real campaign. But anyway, heading through the final corner though of lap 1, trying to get ourselves a bit of a run on Sebastian Vettel. They're all 7 running very slowly at the final corner there, just behind his teammate Sir Lancelot, using a bit of battery as we head up towards the line. I think battery saving is going to be critical in this race. Back in towards turn 1, late on the brakes, deep round the outside. Take a lot of curb through turn 2, and we're now over to P14 then of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. There is Tsunoda getting all out of shape. Stroll's going to have a look. Team happy with that move. So Stroll, very slow on the exit of the corner there. We're struggling just a little bit. Try and put the power down. Of course, if you missed out yesterday's video where we did our hot lap and setup guide here of Jeddah, would definitely recommend going back and checking that one out as well here. But are we going to be able to try and do another move just like we did to Latifi a lap ago? The Aston Martin a lot quicker down the straight. We'll have a look to the inside, but nothing happening there. Trying to get a good roll on Sir Lance as we head in towards the final couple of corners of lap 2. Such a long run in towards this final turn, you kind of forget Just how far you really have to go as well. Stroll felt like he moved just over a little bit there. I mean, we didn't have the car alongside, but felt we could have warranted some room as we'll really get on the power nice and early out of the final corner. A lot of side-by-side action going on early on, though, in this GP as we're completely tied as we head across the line back in towards turn 1. Aston Martin, yes, not slow. Top end there, but a huge Constantino run up behind us. We slam the door on the Canadian on the exit of turn 1 there. But yeah, what's going on? Just up here as we head down through the S's once more. There's Sonoda just in front of us. We got Sainz, I think it's the Ferrari, battling it out with the Alpines as round the outside of Sonoda. No idea. No idea how I ended up there, able to pull off the move, but we'll take it. Thank you very much. I'm at a P12 now of the race. DRS has now been activated. Yeah, all these guys really having a good ding-dong there. Gasly's involved in this little battle as well as Kimi Raikkonen. Of course, the only time he'll ever race here at the Jeddah Street Circuit, but the Finn, yeah, still definitely got it. Go then, DRS on Kimi Raikkonen as we head down in towards the final couple of turns. Still got a lot of battery charge at the moment, so we're going to use a splash of that as we head in towards the final corner. But yeah, just help feel the AI really like to drift over at that final turn. Then we'll try and put the power down nicely. Can we get a run on Kimi down in towards turn 1? Alfa Romeo not the fastest car down the straight, so we're going to try and use as little battery as we can. Team, of course, telling us we're going to be pitting rather soon. Brake really late, round the outside, at the inside for turn 2. And again, Alonso and Carlos Sainz, the two Spaniards, going side by side in towards the S's. Are they going to Constantino everyone up again? Yes, it looks like they are. And for us, it's simply put, it's free real estate at the moment, because it means we get so much closer to all of these guys. And obviously we have got still a much quicker car at the moment. Try and get the power down on the exit. Here comes Esteban Ocon, old Mercedes Junior, but no longer, I don't think, for the outside of Esteban Ocon. And maybe the outside of Pierre Gasly. No, way too deep in towards the hairpin. Ocon's going to try and get back past us. We just about keep the nose up the inside. The Frenchman just about giving us the room as well. It's so close around here as we go really deep in towards the chicane there, but we do pull off the move. We're back up now into the points already. Already on lap 4. Here comes Gasly and Fernando Alonso 3 wide as they head in towards turn 1 there, and Carlos Sainz is just a sitting duck. Gets absolutely Ricardo zonted through turn 1 and turn 2. Can we try and make it 3 moves? No, we can't quite put the power down there. Lucky not to end up putting it in the wall. But Alonso and Gasly now going side by side. I think some of these soft compound runners not starting to die just yet, but starting to struggle just a little bit more there. It's all Alonso trying to give Gasly a big old squeeze. Ocon's going to try and look back up the inside of us as we have to take some evasive action there. Was worried how the AI were going to Constantino up. Here comes Alonso once more from Carlos Sainz. To the outside goes Carlos. And this is brilliant battling by the AI. I mean, if we get a lot of this weekend, I won't be complaining all too much. As yeah, it looks like Sainz, he's going to have the inside for the next braking zone. Is he going to be able to pull off the move on Fernando? Are we going to be able to capitalise and try and maybe get the run on the pair of them there? They're still side by side. How often are these two going to be going side by side throughout this Grand Prix? And how much overspeed now can we get? Oh, Sainz tucks back into the slipstream of Fernando there. Somehow we work our way around the outside. We're now up in 9th place of the Grand Prix. And I think that goes to show why a few people are a bit worried about Jeddah this weekend. High speed and street circuits aren't always the best combination. If you get moments like that, can get rather sketchy rather quickly. To the outside though of Fernando as we head rounding the final corner. Just a little bit of understeer that time. We will be able to put the power down. Again, we're going to drain the battery as we head back down in towards turn 1 there. We are going to box the end of this one.
Give us the best in lap you can.
I mean, there's just so much battling going on early in this Saudi Arabian Grand Prix there, but we are now up into P8. Got to try and get Gasly before we box. Come on then, Pierre, let's see what you've got as we head out onto one of the... Again, you don't really have back straightaways here. Just sort of flat out sections of fast corners. Are we going to be able to have a look to the inside of Pierre? No. Definitely not going to have enough of the nose there to make that one work. But again, with the DRS now, Pierre Gasly shouldn't be able to put up much of a defence in towards the final couple of corners. Just use a splash of battery there to make sure we get a nice run to the outside of Pierre Gasly in towards the final turn. Really late on the brakes around the outside. Should be able to pinch him on the exit. Yes, we can. And of course, we need to box into the pits as well. Can we now learn how to do Jeddah's pit entry properly? Yes, we can. I've seen, it wasn't just me in the other video we did here that had issues with this circuit. Why are the team changing the front wing? That's not quite what we wanted here, but that's just going to make our hunt for P6 just that little bit more difficult then by the end of this race. We might have had a little bit of front wing damage there. I think that was why we were struggling with some understeer. So this is going to put us behind Yuki Tsunoda again and just ahead of Giovinazzi. But yeah, can we get out of the pit lane?
We want to finish the race on this compound.
Make sure nothing silly on exit. There we go, between the white lines. Yeah, we're behind Stroll and Tsunoda now, but we're not going to give up. Right, we've already had to overtake Sir Lance once in this Grand Prix already, but look at the overspeed we've got that time round to the outside of the Canadian. Again, big squeeze towards the wall. We'll try and give him some room. We will get around the outside, and we're now back up into P18 of the race. Get a little bit of a draft off Tsunoda as well, a faint one, as we head back in towards turn 1. There's a load more cars into the pit lane. There's Latifi, there's Esteban Ocon. So these should be about the guys I'm battling here with. There's Ocon on the outside. Oh, that's a bit of a sketchy rejoin. Ocon, though, gets the overspeed on Tsunoda. And we'll live to fight another day. Oh, Tsunoda, very early on the brakes. Somehow no damage. Speaking of, though, we've got a really nice run on the exit there. The Yuki Tsunoda seems to have no confidence through the S's. To the outside we go. Again, very late on the brakes. But again, the camber just sort of hugs you in, leans you through the corner. It wants you to make that dive. As now we'll get a run on Ocon. Oh, we tried to go defensive, but we won't be able to make anything work there. Should be able to get a run, though, on the exit of the corner. On the Frenchman. I mean, yeah, this race has just been non-stop action.
Valtteri is in for his stop.
Valtteri Bottas into the pits. But yeah, like I was saying, this race has just been non-stop action from the start to now. But again, nothing working there as we have to second-guess ourselves. Should now get some DRS, though. Let's see, Esteban Ocon might be a bit of a sitting duck. So he heads. Why do the AI like to do that at the moment? To the outside of Esteban, though. Again, no idea how we didn't get any damage for that one, but round the outside we go. I'm into P13, load more cars into the pits, so we should be back up into the points there, but yeah, definitely doesn't reckon we got any damage then. Here comes Ocon, which should be much later on the brakes though. Oh, look at that, completely sent it on the brakes there. We're now back up into 8th place.
We have 5 laps of fuel remaining.
So we haven't lost anything, despite the front wing change over those 2 laps, and now of course these guys are going to be on, well, fresher but harder tyres. Gasly up next for 7th. Then there's a long old gap up to Leclerc, as I might have been looking at the timings rather than where I was going. Here we go on Gasly, on hard tyres. What on earth is Pierre doing on those? I mean, yeah, he's not really going to be able to do much at all then in this battle as we head back through the S's again. Actually, someone that's given me somewhat room. So try and squeeze him. Up the inside we go. Up at a P7. And now 5 seconds to Charles Leclerc up the road. We need to hunt him down. 4 laps to go of this race. That's going to be a tall order, but we're going to give it our all.
That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up.
Fastest lap, thank you very much. Let's see if we can beat that. I mentioned it in the hot lap video yesterday, but yeah, I must admit I'm really enjoying Jeddah on F1 2021.
Good job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far.
Fastest lap by another second. We are absolutely flying at the moment. This thing, when it grips up and everything's working under this Mercedes, you can see why Hamilton has been all but unstoppable in the last couple of races there. But look at the grip we've got all over the back of Charles Leclerc now, and it's only lap 11. We've only spent a lap and a half trying to close up to the Ferrari. But oh, look at that! I think Charles Leclerc's got damage as well. I think which is helping us because Ricciardo was not 4 seconds ahead of him. As to the inside of Charles Leclerc we go. I think he might have a power unit issue or something wrong with that Ferrari because he was a sitting duck there, and we've flown past him.
Nice overtake.
Ricciardo, though, 3 seconds up the road. Every point still counts at the moment, but fastest lap does mean the championship will stay alive as we head to Abu Dhabi. But if we could get Ricciardo, no matter what Max can do in these last couple of laps, the title battle would rage on. About to start then the final lap of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix here from Jeddah, and the gap to Daniel Ricciardo still sat at 1.2 seconds at the moment.
Final lap of the race.
Looks like unless something crazy's gone on, Max Verstappen, though, is going to come through to win this race. So, yeah, we do really want to try and get P5 here. Every point matters in the final 2 races of the year. But we just need to try and get close to Daniel Ricciardo there, who struggles a bit through the S's. We've just got, this is where we're gaining everything. on the AI. You can just see the way this thing grips up, and look at that. Despite the dirty air all over the back of Daniel Ricciardo before we get to the exit as we head down this short little straightaway here. Don't think we're going to get close enough to go for a send this time round, or maybe around the outside. Let's see if we can try and get the run. Oh no, Ricciardo. Oh, that got a little bit close for comfort there. Ricciardo just started to give us the squeeze. We got a bit of a wobble. We had to bail out of that one for now. Oh, bit of wheel spin there. Just through the undulation. The car likes to bottom out there, and the back end just gets a little bit squeamish as we head in towards the final few corners of this race. So don't think we're going to be able to get close enough to go for a send. You can see Ricciardo's harvesting energy at the moment. Is he saving for one big run out of the final couple of corners there? No, the light's flashing again. Ricciardo's got nothing left in the battery here. So are we going to be able to have a look to the outside? Verstappen comes through to win here in Jeddah, but round the outside of Daniel Ricciardo, and there is nothing the Australian can do there. He tries to have a look back up the inside, but round the final corner, it's a last lap move to keep the championship battle alive to Abu Dhabi. We come through from the back to 5th.
Alright, race over. Take care of the car on the way in.
And that brings the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix to a close then, as we reflect on the team's impressive performance today. Tell me, Ant, how do you think they were able to deliver such an incredible result today?
I'd say it was down once again to good, consistent driving, nailing the corners, working to the track conditions and perfecting the team's strategies. They got all of these things right today, and the results speak for themselves.
Red Bull are our winners today after showcasing some incredible driving. There's been a huge push from them lately to stay competitive with the other teams, and they're certainly proving themselves. After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
It's got to be Lewis Hamilton. I mean, he pulled off some impressive feats out on the track today, even by his standards.
Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
20th to 5th then, at the end of the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix. Where have we seen that before? Recently in Formula 1. But there we go then, the championship battle, if this were to be the final race results, would head to Abu Dhabi for the final race of the year there. Verstappen, though, would have a 22-point lead over Lewis Hamilton, so I'm sure Lewis would need a bit of a miracle. But of course, the real Grand Prix this weekend, like I said in the intro, really excited for Jeddah. You know, I'm always excited for Formula 1, but the last couple of races of the year are going to be truly special. But thank you all so much for watching this video as well. At the time of recording, we're just narrowly away from 24,000 subscribers. So if we have ticked over that milestone, a massive thank you to you guys as well. The support has been insane all year long. We're now in December. I've got plenty more videos planned between now and the end of the year, and 2022 is going to be even bigger and better for the Matt212 channel. But yeah, that'll do us though for this one, guys. We'll be back tomorrow with the Williams Road to Glory as we head to Interlagos for that series. But yeah, thank you all so much, and I'll see you guys with more F1 2021 content. None of these videos would be possible without the help of our channel supporters. So a massive thank you to The Travesty, Patrick, Chwan, David, Ben, Aidan, Estatios, Cato, Sean, Johnny, McBlam, Mighty Spork, Tazief, William, and Nanon for becoming channel members. If you want to be featured at the end of all these videos, make sure you just click the join button down below.